That's sour. Oh! Anyways, for today we're going to talk a little bit about scanners, okay? So, scanners is a term that came to my awareness when I was reading up on Barbara Sher's work. For those who don't know her work, she's an inspirational teacher. She did a lot of workshops to tell people in a practical way to always follow their dreams. So she talks about scanners. And scanners, by her definition, are people who like to try a bunch of new things. They like the process of learning that thing. They like to create, and they're very curious, and they enjoy making something, putting their attention to something, and then after they're done with it, after they give it their all for a bit, it's like once they get bored or whatever, they just like drop it and then try something new. There would be so many people in society that would really look down upon people like that, and they will look at them as if they are irresponsible or lazy or flaky, you know, or people who just don't seem to know how to stick to something or commit to something. And she would have this analogy of how scanners are kind of like bees. Bees just go to different flowers and they take what they need and they just go mind their own business and go to a different flower. And you don't see anybody getting really angry at bees and screaming at them, why aren't you staying at one flower for the rest of your life? It's the same thing as when she asked people in her workshops. She would ask those who are interested in doing one thing for the rest of your entire life, put your hand up. And nobody would. So I don't think it's a natural thing to be doing one thing forever. I mean, like, if it makes you happy, that's great. If that's something that you love to do, that's great. Just like it's absolutely normal for people to have a purpose, to which their purpose is to learn new things and create it and focus their attention on it and just let it go. And if you're one of those people, chances are you're probably a scanner. You're probably someone like me who likes to do a bunch of different things and just kind of drop it, you know, you get bored of it. And I think one of the biggest challenges I've had as a scanner myself is feeling the need to make everything into some sort of business. That's capitalistic society right there, like that influence of needing to prove yourself, that I don't know if this is for everyone else, but for me, if you ever grew up in an environment where people kind of looked down on art and didn't think it was gonna go anywhere, or it was just a pastime and it wasn't actually significant, I would make it almost like something that I would rebel with. Like I would try to do something artistic and literally try to make it into a business to just get validation. Like, you can make art into a business when really I shouldn't really give a shit what anyone's thinking about in terms of like art or whatever. And these people are so strange too, because they'll be like, art is not important, and yet they'll be playing video games all the time. They'll be watching movies, watching their TV dramas. Are you kidding me? All of that has to do with art. Like, and you're telling me it's not important? Like, then stop playing your video games. Get off your phone, you know, like, that's how I feel. Like, I'm just like, then why are you watching those movies? All of that's art. There's makeup artists on there. There's set design, you know, there's costume design, there's script writers, there's, you know, like, it's everything is art. And you're telling me that art is not important? Like, shut up. Same thing with, like, if they were to buy, for instance, custom like handmade soaps or like certain lotions that smell really good, and you know, that's art too, you know, like somebody's creating that, someone is inspired and making those things, they are loving that, and it's a passionate thing for them. That is art. I just can't, like, I can't, okay? When people say that, like, it just really, really bothers me, because I'm just like, don't even understand. Like, you don't even see it. That's how arrogant you are. That, you know, it's just very arrogant. I find, like, for myself, there came a point where I just sat down and I was like, what am I supposed to do next? Like, I feel like I've done so many different things. Like, I feel like I don't know, like my physical mind can't even comprehend what can be possible for me. Yet I know deep down that there are things that I could possibly do and create and make that I haven't even imagined yet. And Spirit is asking me to trust. And so if you're in that boat with me where you're kind of looking at everything that you've done and you're just like, what more is there to do? I think there's two things of advice that I would give, which was that maybe your job is to just kind of go with the flow and trust that when that inspiration hits, you'll know what to do. Because if you're like me and you get really inspired, you put your all into something. You absolutely put your all into it. And I think the other thing of advice I would say is that perhaps this is just what I'm thinking, okay? This is what I feel for some people, not everyone. And that is that perhaps the time in your life where you are gathering all that information, refining your skill set, learning new things, meeting new people, gaining life experience, gaining wisdom, knowing yourself more because of the wisdom you have gained, I have a feeling, stinking suspicion, okay? I have a suspicion that maybe, just maybe, you are meant to collaborate or meet somebody else to kind of assist you with some sort of other purpose, to kind of create other things. Because I picture it as somebody gathering a bunch of puzzle pieces and putting puzzles together, okay? Putting this giant puzzle together, yet there are some missing pieces that you just don't have access to. You just don't know what it is because those pieces are not really yours, right? There's somebody else. Somebody else has that piece. Somebody else has those pieces that you're missing, just like they have a puzzle piece that have missing pieces that only you have. And I'm not saying that your purpose is just totally aligned to just this other thing. It's not. It's like you have gathered enough experience for yourself and to know who you are and what you're capable of. And now you're not waiting, but you're in this flow state where if an opportunity comes up where somebody asks for what it is that you can provide or you know how to do, or they wish to collaborate with you, you all can do that. Like that. It would make sense. And it's not like getting lost in that project or that person, because perhaps it might be a business partner. The experiences that you've reached and you've attained up to this level is to refine yourself, coming into union with yourself, knowing yourself. So when you do meet people that want to collaborate with you or work with you or, make this bigger project, whatever it is with you, you don't get lost in it. And you also don't get lost in that person. Let's say that person becomes your business partner and is a romantic partner as well. You don't get lost in it. You will always know who you are. And the only thing that I can think of in the meanwhile is to just be yourself. Create and trust that whoever is supposed to be in your life will be in your life. And whoever is not is going to repel the fuck away, okay? That's how I feel. That is seriously how I feel. Anyways, thanks for listening. I hope this resonates with somebody. It resonates with me, and that's good enough. All right, take care. Have a good day. Bye.